Hello, Leos. This is a bonus video. Oh, that card. Oh, the Lover's card came out. Wow, that just popped out the deck. Now, wait a minute, y'all. All right, Leos. All right, we just had a total solar eclipse, right? So that was about resetting yourselves. Lover's card is attached to Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is currently retrograde. So source is saying, speaking of lovers, are you treating yourself the way that you know you deserve? Are you attracting the love that you send out to other energies, right? Here we have the Six of Swords. Somebody's moving through a rite of passage. This is somebody's going through a rite of passage. Six of Swords, Five of Pentacles, the Chariot card, the Ten of Pentacles. Here we have the Queen of Wands. You're moving on from something that may have been disappointing for you. Here we also have the Five of Pentacles here. We also have the Chariot card. I feel like somebody's getting married if you're not already married. Congratulations in advance. We also have the Ten of Pentacles. So it looks like that's what somebody wants. Somebody wants, to attract a partnership in business and or in love. A marriage in business and or in love. And I see somebody that's happening. Here we have the Queen of Wands here. So keep your vibrations high. Please keep your vibrations high. When Mercury is retrograde, I know you hear a lot of negative stuff about when planets go retrograde. You can't do this, can't do that, and so on and so forth. But Source wants you to look at the light side of everything. There's always a choice, the light or dark side. The light side of Mercury is the messenger and communication planet, but it's also the knowledge and learning planet. It's the planet of factual memory, opinions, sibling relationships, trade, travel, commerce. It's just so much more to these planets than just the negative, the dark side of things. So Source wants you to say you're going through a rite of passage. You have your ancestors with you. A lot of things that were poured into you from both sides of the family. Somebody is just like in this learning stage about self. So I feel like that's what you're going to be doing during this. We had, like I said, on April the 8th, we had the new moon, and we also had a total solar eclipse during Mercury retrograde. So I feel like that's where your learning and knowledge is of self, of saying, okay, I need to invest in myself, some more, so my head and heart are not at war with each other. And I definitely see God rewarding you for that. It's like, I just need to learn more about me. I need to take the attention off of everybody else and everything else, and I need to focus on me. Make it a me. I'm going to focus on me, right? And to some people, I mean, they could take the time to focus on themselves as well, but you're going to focus on you, like investing in yourself, learning more about you. And I definitely see God is actually rewarding you for that. So congratulations. Because that's going to get you the partnerships in love and or in business when you know yourself so well, you can communicate that to other people of what works for you and what doesn't work for you. What job works for you and what job doesn't work for you. Right? So let's see what else we got going on here. So here we have the Judgment card. We also have the Empress card. We have the Queen of Cups. Somebody could be judging their mother. The Empress card here. Before you harshly judge your mom, though, or maybe your parents, because obviously a seed had to be planted, or judging somebody else's mother, how other people were raised or whatever. You're either judging your mom or you're judging somebody else as a mother. Maybe you have kids with somebody or you're comparing them to somebody else or whatever. Source is saying to you, recognize that we all break generational cycles, shades, and curses differently. Everybody, even if you came from a family of 50 kids in the family, 50 siblings, let's say you number 49 of the 50 siblings, everybody has their own assignment of what cycle they're going to break. Maybe maybe 5 or 6 of your siblings go, first ones to go to college. Maybe this group is the first one to have a successful marriage. Maybe this one breaks out and says, hey, look, you know what? I'm gay. Or this one over here says, okay, I want to bring somebody black or white home in the family. Or, I want to be the first one to marry somebody who is short, right? Or I want to bring somebody who home is tall. Maybe this sibling over here is the first one to marry a celebrity. I mean, it's just like, so Source is saying to you, the first judgment had to come through, like really somebody is judging themselves and like what was poured into you before outside of yourself to say, I got to judge somebody else based on how they were raised versus how it's not a versus. It's source is saying to you actually going to be rewarded when you say recognize that you're moving away from the depth of disappointment that started in the womb. And so that's how your wishes are going to be fulfilled. That's how you're going to be able to really be honest with yourself and say, this is what I feel like what looks like a twin flame for me, not just the outer appearance, but also inner. And that's who I want to settle down and marry. Right here we also have the Two of Cups. So I do see your soulmate coming across your path, and also I feel like you're going to be inspired to pour into yourselves, like really being in creative space where people are helping you to pour into self. Right here we also have the Six of Swords. So I feel like somebody's cutting ties with the harsh judgment of self and also harsh judgment of others. That's what I feel like somebody's cutting ties with. Some people really are still in chapter 5 of their lives. They're outside of a vault door, waiting to get in. And their emotional wounding has them standing outside of a vault door. So that could either be you or it could be somebody else. And while some people are already in the Ten of Pentacles, they could already be building their wealth. So what I mean by that is like, you could work in an environment where you could have your spouse, your family, you could have your organizations that you belong to outside of that, and for somebody can look at you like, wow, Leo is really blessed and highly favored, they got a lot going on, I wish I could be like Leo, right? And they may not have dealt with their emotional wounding, and that could keep them outside of their vault door. So source is saying, in either case, instead of you staying connected to energies that feel like you're harshly judging them, or you feel like they're harshly judging you, so it's saying this is a time for you to take the Mercury retrograde. Is a great time to do some knowledge and learning of self. Like, okay, at some point, my parents were judged by how they broke generational cycles, chains, and curses. My grandparents and great grandparents, they were judged by how they broke generational cycles, chains, and curses. So I can go back through family and say, okay, I was judged for how I broke generational cycles, chains, and curses. I don't want to be like that person, like those people who harshly judge me. So that's what I see the reset for you is really about, is just like taking the time to learn more about self and how it feels to be harshly judged, or how it make other people feel when they're harshly judged as well. And so I do see your wishes being fulfilled. I do see you meeting a soulmate. I see a partnership in business and in love for somebody. So, and it's exactly what you're praying for. It's exactly what you're praying for, because you're saying, I love myself so much, I'm not going to do an injustice to myself anymore and not go after what I want. So I know what my type is internally and externally. So that's what I'm saying. I'm learning more about what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Three of Wands, and I see you taking a leap of faith. So you see you taking a leap of faith. Yeah, you've already been through enough hurt, been through enough pain already. 3 and 4, you're letting some things. You're saying I need to give some things some rest. I need to take my power back. So it's just saying this right here can either be looked at as like you holding a bunch of secrets, you're low vibrational, whatever, or it can be or a person who is strategic in a negative sense, or it can be looked at as like strategic in a positive sense. I need to develop a strategy, and that's part of the strategy. I need to invest in learning more about self, what works for me and what doesn't. Also learning about frequencies, and that's what I see too. Either we're on the same frequency or we're not. You're not going to be on the same frequency when it comes to everything, but the pros should outweigh the cons in your personal and your professional life, right? So you're definitely gaining wisdom of self, right? 8 of Cups, and moving on from the depth of disappointment that you experience. So source is putting you around your group of energies, putting you around your soul community. Some people call it a soul tribe. Source is putting you around those groups of energy, and the way they break in their generational cycles may not be the same as yours. And that's an opportunity to learn about what works for you, like now, while Mercury is retrograde. It's going to be retrograde a couple of times this year. We also have the Dame of Pentacles too. So, And then we also have the Lovers card, right? So just like you may feel like people are judging you if you're sitting at your vault door trying to come to terms with some choices you made in the past, and they could be already in their vault door enjoying themselves. You may be looking at them like, wow, I wish I had the same situation as that. So it's to say, first you want to start with the forgiveness of self, like really just saying, I don't want to carry that bag of unforgiveness of myself for not knowing that I can study myself, like what I want, like the air that I've been around, like what's been programmed into me. That's why the solar eclipse is so powerful, because lunar eclipses are about letting go. Solar eclipse are about resetting. So for some people, it could feel like a hard reset. Like, what in the world? Like, you get a hard reboot of your computer, your mind, or it could feel like a soft reset. Like, it could feel like, okay, this isn't going to be that difficult for me to reset. It's more than just Leo, which is fixed. You have a moon, rising, Venus, all the other placements. So maybe it's time for me to learn how to adapt. That's the beauty in Mercury, because Mercury rules two mutable planets. Mutable signs, Gemini and Virgo. Right? And so right now, I believe the moon is in Taurus, and it's gonna move into Gemini. Gemini gives us that freedom to kind of sort of flip the switch. Like, okay, that portal is open. I can start this process while Mercury is retrograde, and I can start the studying of self. I can start looking at myself and seeing, okay, my universe was shaped by the energies that I grew up around. But I'm starting to learn that it may seem like for somebody common sense, like, yeah, that makes sense, right? Maybe, I don't know. But Source is trying to tell you to focus on you and what shaped your way of thinking, how you think the way you think. Are you still around those people? Do you think differently? Are you able to express yourself if you have a different mindset, or are you constantly shut down? Is your flame extinguished? If you say you want to do this and you want to do that, if you want to marry somebody, is it extinguished? Or if you say you want to go back to school, is that flame extinguished? If you say you love someone who is not the idea of who your family thought you were going to bring home, is that flame extinguished? So Source is saying to you, you got to really, you really got to look at how your universe, your emotions, your will was shaped by the energies that you've been around. And so like I said, and it looks like what happens is this Judgment card is like how you break generational cycles, chains and curses, and how other people break generational cycles, chains and curses. So, and there's the devil. There is a devil always in the midst, waiting for some kind of friction, some kind of blow up to happen, right? That's what the enemy wants to do, is like create a bunch of chaos and confusion. But the devil is the author of confusion, so that's not a big shocker or surprise, right? Yeah. So let's close this out. This is a bonus video, so the other scheduled videos, they're going to go up on the regularly scheduled days. For those of you all who are new to my channel, welcome. This is just a bonus video. Just adding a little bit more about the solar eclipse and how it may have affected you while it's also what Mercury is retrograde. So somebody apologizes for hurting you, and Source wants you to love up on yourselves more. Your peace is paramount, but much better lies ahead, and healed people just move differently. So it's time to start dating again. Somebody apologizes for betraying you. It's two people, a man and a woman, apologizes for betraying you. Archangel Raphael, the healer and protector of travelers, is really on your side. So Source is saying do the mirror work. And something is not as deep as you may think it is. Sometimes people don't know that they hurt you. And that's not even really being gullible. Some people, they haven't studied themselves long enough to know, what they may say and what they do could have hurt, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But it could be, the apologies can be coming from a lot of people. It could be coming from a lot of people. It could be coming from just yourself, your divine masculine to your divine feminine. So, but some energies apologize for hurting you, and either making you feel judged or you making them feel judged. Just like I said, it's healing happening here. Looking at the cards. Confidence. I matter. I am kind. This is affirmations for confidence. I matter, period. I am kind, period. I act in spite of fear. I keep the promises I make to myself. My voice matters. Someone needs to hear it. My tribe wants me to succeed. I allow doubt to float away with ease, right? So I definitely see your confidence level increasing. There's two situations in particular, like I said before. What source is saying to you, you're actually being rewarded for taking the high road and starting to focus on yourself. You know, source is putting you around your group of people that's going to help pour into you. But somebody has to cut ties with the whatever it is you've been holding on. Two types of situations you've been holding on to, because it could affect other areas of your life. It could cause a delay in whatever it is you prayed for. That's what I have for you. I'll see you in the regularly scheduled videos. Bye.